Good morning, ladies. How are you? I guess you're fine because you're muted, you're ready, you're here. So, I guess we're gonna do these bands. So let me show you which bands I'm gonna use. The smaller ones. And then I have this band with handles, which I'm gonna use today. And this plain band with no handles. So whatever bands you got, go grab. If we have time at the end, we're gonna do some sliders and get it done. So this workout can be portable, so I hope you enjoy it. Take your feet hip width. We're gonna start with a 5-minute warm up. Take a nice big deep breath. Keep the arms really wide and try to pull your shoulders apart. Make sure your arms are nice and long. And now we're going to turn the palms to face backwards and then turn them to face up, or whatever range of motion you have. Just keep turning. Make sure your head is in a nice comfy place. Your neck is not stressing. Okay, so now we're going to do a little hip hinge. Hold your palms facing out and hinge. Stick your butt back. So you have a very small forward leg. Now do the same thing with your palms. Open and rotate. Work the full range that you have here. Make sure you're drawing in the stomach. That's super important because that protects your low back. Okay, now hold the palms backwards. Hinge a little more forward. And just hold here. Try to lift the arms a little higher and then relax all the way down. Let your head go. Look through your legs to the back of the room. So here we want to try to get our legs nice and straight and our head just dangling. Take some big deep breaths. Let's get some good blood flow to our face. Just breathe. Now we're going to take our hands to the floor, baby steps all the way to the front of the mat. While you do this, I'd like you to try to keep your legs nice and straight. Once your hands are in the front, pull your shoulders over your wrist and go to a downward facing dog. So here your legs are straight and you're pushing your heels towards the floor. Make sure you can still see your arms and your peripheral vision. Now from here, get up on the toes as high as you can. And now bring the shoulders over your wrists. Pick up your face so you're looking forward down at the floor. And draw backwards. Heels push towards the floor. Elevate onto the toes. And bring it forward. We're going to do this one more time. Back to your dog. Heels pushing towards the earth. Up on the toes. Shoulders over your wrists. Nice. Now let's take the knees to the mat. You're going to tuck those toes under. Bring your knees hip width apart. Let's all meet in our quadruped position. And start your cat-cows. Now this is a warm-up that you can do while you're traveling. As soon as you roll out of bed. Really good way to start your day. Keep going. You're trying to create as much space when you're rounding the back between those shoulder blades as you can get. Okay, meet me in your neutral spine with your belly in. Extend the right arm forward and your left leg backwards. Now just hold steady here. Keep your left hip down. And try to get off the toes on the right foot and see if you can balance. So I've lifted my right foot off the floor and I'm pointing the toes backwards. And then come back to all fours. So your both toes are tucked under to start. Left arm forward, right leg backwards. Once you got all the muscle engaged you can find, toes up on the left foot. Try not to let that left foot be on the floor. Reach that back leg nice and straight. And come back to all fours, tuck those toes under. Let's now take it to a small downward dog. Heels on the floor, legs straight. Hold here for a few more breaths. Now let's take our feet, get up onto your tippy toes, and then take a little step forward with both your feet and then put the heels back down. Your legs are still straight. Now let's take our hands and walk them back towards the feet, and we're going to meet in a full forward fold. Now we're going to inhale to a flat back and do a reverse swan dive all the way back up. Flip your palms and reach them up. Nice and long arms. And then relax. Turn and face the right side of your room and let's pull our feet nice and far apart. Make sure your toes are completely pointing forward. We're going to shift our booty back, slide your hands down your legs. Keep your spine nice and straight. Now take your fingers off the mat, reaching them out. So we're getting a little bit of a lat stretch here. Shift your hips backwards and then shift them forwards. Maybe 6 or 8 inches in either direction. Just keep going. Shift forward so you're wading into the toes and then you're pushing back into the heels. Now, before we go any further with this, let's see if we can spread our feet a little further apart. Shift your hips backwards. Take your left arm parallel to the floor out to the side. Just hold here. Now I want you to lift your left shoulder up towards the ceiling. Keeping your hips, excuse me, backwards. Should feel a nice release through your right inner thigh. Now take that hand down and do the same with the right arm. Out to the side, lift from the shoulder. Keep lifting as high as you can. Shift those hips back. And come back down with the arm. Let the head just hover above the floor. So you're completely unweighting your upper body. Now inhale to a flat back. Take your left hand to your hip, then the right hand. Your torso is parallel to the floor. Try to keep your weight as far back as you can without toppling. Left arm comes forward, and then the right. So reach those arms nice and straight. Take your hands back to your waist. Up with your torso. Walk your feet together. Turn and face forward. So we're going to start by putting this band around. We still have to warm up our legs. So we're going to use this band as a bit of a warm up for when we're doing our squats. So I've got it just above my knees. So my feet are a little wider than hip width because I want to feel some tightness in the band. Not a huge amount, but some. Bring the arms out in front. Now give me a nice little squat and back up. So we're just warming up our quads. Work whatever range of motion you can. If you can sink, like Sean says, to new levels, do it. I can take it actually all the way down. But you might not be able to, but try, that's what you're working towards, right? Getting that butt back, wading into the heels, squatting nice and low without rounding your back. We're gonna do just a few more. And here's one more. Okay, shake out your arms, relax your upper body a sec. Bring the arms back out in front. Squat down, not all the way. And you're just going to turn and walk in a circle. So turn all the way around while you do your squat. Now you're back facing the front. Sink a little lower. Walk the other way. Circle the other way. Should feel a little burning going on in these quads. Nice. Hold this squat, go a little lower. Bring your hands to heart, go a little lower. And now take it to a full forward fold. Let your legs go straight so those muscles release. Just breathe. Okay, you're going to inhale to a flat back. Reverse swan dive all the way back up. Flip your arms, reach for the ceiling. Nice. Okay, you're going to keep that red band, or whichever one you're using, around your legs because it's not bothering you. You're going to just grab one long band. We're going to start a little work for the front part of our shoulders. So I have my palms facing up, I have good posture. I'm going to open out and release. It doesn't have to be a huge range of motion. You're probably going to be feeling it right in the front part of your shoulders. And now what you're trying to do is squeeze the shoulder blades together in the back as you stand nice and tall. So just squeeze and release. It's not a big move, but it's an effective one. Does a lot of good for the arms, the upper back, and the shoulders. This is a very common rehab exercise for people with thoracic spine issues and shoulder issues. So let's make sure your wrists stay neutral. You'll notice I'm going really slow. I'm taking it back. I'm kind of asking myself, am I working the range that I can? And I'm releasing it nice and slow. So each repetition is a new activation. So you let it go, you reactivate. And you're going to think, oh, what am I getting out of this? You're getting a lot. You're going to feel this tomorrow, I promise. Really good stuff for your upper body. And all of the workout that we're going to do today can fit into your carry-on bag. So we have no excuse. It's the start of a new year. We want to get our muscles, especially the ones that give us trouble, or joints, or ligaments and tendons. We want to get them all functioning this year. That's our goal. Okay, I think we've done enough of these. Now, we're going to take the arms forward. Arms are long. And then do them with the arms nice and long. So still you're pulling back and you're bringing back together. So now you're going to feel this in the back of the shoulders. I'm going to just loosen my band a tiny bit so I get a little more range of motion. Again, we're playing around. See, now I loosened too much. You kind of have to play around with whatever feels challenging. Now, when you take it back, you proud out your chest and squeeze the shoulder blades together at the back. So even though you're not using weights, you're getting a tremendous workout just from nice and slow and steady pull. So I'm working the negative of these moves. You'll notice when I come in, I'm coming in nice and slow, same pace as when I'm going out. I've got my palms facing up. Do a few more. And then we're going to switch and have our, take a little break. Now we're going to switch and have the palms facing down. Arms come back out. Palms are facing the floor. Got to loosen this a little. When your palms are facing down, you've got more power than when they're facing up. So back and squeeze. Back and squeeze. Okay, so what we're going to do while we're doing this, we're going to add in a little squat. So when the arms are forward, I want you to squat down, come back up, and squeeze the band backwards. So squat, the arms come together, rise back up, they go back. And again, you want to work as big of a range as you can, getting that booty nice and low. Okay, we're going to do 4 more. I'm definitely feeling this. I hope you are too. 4. 3. 2. And done. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to take this band off my legs for right now. I'm going to keep this yellow band. I'm going to put it down on the floor and step on it. So we're still, I've got my heel on the band. I don't know if you can see, but I'm going to do a lateral raise. So the first one's always attached with how tight your band should be and what your grip should be. But I'm going to do a lateral raise that's slightly forward. So it's a 45-degree angle out from my body. And I'm only working one arm at a time. If you want nice toned arms, this is a great way to get them. So again, I'm controlling when I bring it down. So ideally, it should be just as hard going down as it is for you to take it up. That's when you know you're connecting to the exercise. Okay, now just don't change your feet, just change your hands. Okay, and we're going to just do the other arm. Try to keep your wrist nice and neutral. And what we don't want to be doing, I wrapped the band so that I don't need to squeeze it so hard. Plus I sweat a lot, so I'm not going to have it snap out if I've wrapped it. This is definitely a good way to find out which shoulders and arms function better. Okay, so now I'm going to alternate. So I'm going to go one on one side, one on the other. Just making it a little easier to get in a few more reps. Okay, one more on each arm. Okay, now it's chest time. So, same band, wrap it, open, squeeze the shoulder blades, take the arms up, let the arms come together, bring them back down, bring them together in the front. So take it back, lift up, bring together at the top, open, bring together at the bottom. So feeling a little bit of the thoracic spine, your lats are doing a little bit, your chest. Keep your neck nice and long. You always want to make sure you're looking where you don't feel anything in your neck. Okay, now we're just going to stay up at the top. Take your gaze. I want you to look up while you're here. So lift your chin and just go up and down. So we're going a tiny bit quicker. Keep the wrists neutral and your arms long. Now, when the arms go up, it's really important that your traps don't lift up with the shoulders. So you're constantly trying to keep your shoulders down. Okay, come back to alternate. Bring it in the front. Lift it up. Bring it up together at the top. Just to do 4 more here. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm grabbing a sip of water. I hope you do too. Whew, relax those shoulders. Okay, we're gonna do some kickbacks. We're gonna use the same band. So this one's a little bit awkward, but we can make it work. Get your heel down. Play around with how tight your band's gonna be. I like to wrap it. Whoops, don't do that. Get that foot firmly planted. I like to wrap my hands. I've got a good grip. Now I'm going to take my left foot on the band, my right leg. I'm in a split lunge. So I've lifted my back heel off the floor, wading into my left leg. I'm going to lean forward as much as I can, and then I'm going to just kick the arm back. So make sure I've got to tighten up this band a little bit. So you start out, you pull the elbow up nice and high, and then you kick the arm back. Keep your wrist neutral, proud out your chest. You take that arm directly back, nice and straight. And again, if you're not feeling it, you got to choke up on the band. We're only going to do about 12 to 15 reps here, and then we'll switch feet. I'm going to switch my feet, switch my hands. Get back into that nice split lunge, nice and high on the back foot. Choke up nice and tight on that band. Elbow comes up. You got that big forward lean. You're putting most of your weight into your right leg. Proud out the chest, kick that arm back. So the ideal situation here is to keep that elbow nice and high and close to the body. Try to do 12 to 15 reps. If it's easy, keep choking up harder on the band. Okay, 2 more. Now we're going to do bicep curls. So I'm going to switch bands to the band with the handles, just because it's easier to grip. So I've got my foot stepping on the band. So I've got my right foot on the band. I'm going to kickstand my left foot, just like you were going to do a single leg deadlift. Start to curl up and down. So if you're using the same band we were just using, choke up. So it's challenging and you feel it in your biceps. Proud out your chest. And make this a bit of a balance challenge. So if you don't need to put any weight into that left foot, don't. Work that right leg while you're here. Nice and slow going down. Nice and slow going up. 3 more, we switch our feet. Okay, so switch your feet. Step with your left foot this time. Kickstand the right foot. Keep your curls going. Now you want to make sure you're letting all of the tightness in the band disappear. So each rep is a new activation. So fully extend the arms down and start again. Now, while you're doing this, I want you to proud out your chest and squeeze the shoulder blades together back there. Okay, so now take both hands, hold them up, and just work that right arm. So keep curling the right, leave that left one up. You have 4 more reps. Now switch it. Hold the right arm up, just curl the left. Keep the arms very close to the side of the body and your elbow under the shoulder. Couple more. Okay. Whew, get rid of that one. I'm going back to my yellow one. We're going to do a bent over fly. So figure out, you're going to wrap your hands, figure out how tight you need the band to be. Test it out here. So you want your palms facing the floor. You're going to fold down. So now your palms are facing backwards. You've got a big forward lean with your upper body, but you're not rounding the back. Now take the arms up and down. It's a reverse chest fly or standing chest fly. So up and squeeze, back down with the arms, release the tension in the band. Your chest is nice and proud, and most important, you've got that belly pulling up and into your spine. Great opportunity when you're fighting gravity to work your 6-pack muscle. I'm going to go for 5 more if I can get them in. Nice and slow. These are hard for me. Okay, now keep this band exactly where you have it. We're going to lie down and do a chest fly lying down on our backs. So find yourself all the way down on the floor. Now here, you're not fighting gravity, so you might be able to choke up a little bit more on the band. Start out with your palms facing forward. Open the band. Now, really important, open it till the back of the arms are on the floor and close it slowly. Create resistance going back in and repeat. Now, hopefully you're nice and flat on your shoulder blades. Now, walk your heels in a little closer to your butt. I'd like them to be hip width apart, and I want you to rock your pelvis while you're doing your chest flies. You're going to multitask here. Okay, now after you've rocked the pelvis a few times, bridge up. So peel up one vertebrae at a time and keep your flies going. I'm going to make this band a little tighter. Just make sure you're not missing out, right? Take the time to adjust the band to get it just right for the exercise. Okay, now hold your arms up there. Take a little break. So there shouldn't be any tightness in the band. I want you to take that right leg off the floor, take it out nice and straight. Your thighs should be at the same height. Try not to let your hips shift and try to weight into that left heel. Now switch legs. Right foot down, left leg extends out. Just hold everything steady. Both heels back down, one vertebrae at a time. You come down nice and slowly. Once you get down there, I want you to rock, let the arms relax to the floor. Rock your pelvis up and down. A few more times. Warming up your core. We're going to switch bands now, so get rid of that one. Take the hardest one you have. You're very familiar with this exercise because it's one of my favorites. Take the black small band around your ankles. We're going to work our outer calves. So open wide, close slowly. You have 12 nice, slow, steady reps to do here. And if you're not feeling it right out of the gate, push your legs further out. You want your legs to be locked out straight. You can point or flex your feet. I urge you to switch. Switch it up. Once we get done the 12 repetitions, you're going to hold the legs out and give me that out an inch, in an inch. I have 2 more. Okay, here we go. Pulse it out. Move your feet a little more forward. Okay, bend the legs. Take a little break. Knees come into the chest. Gives you an opportunity to take the band above the knees. Put your feet down on the floor. Rock your pelvis forward and back. Now open your feet a little wider than hip width. So take a look, lift your head up and make sure you got good distance between your feet. Pelvis tilts up, you bridge up, and now I want you to open your legs, keeping your hips elevated, and then close really slowly. Close till you squeeze your knees and feel them touch, and then open back out. So adjust your feet accordingly. This is like a frog. You're opening nice and wide, closing slowly, giving those knees a good old squeeze. Open wide, keep your hips up. When you open, they want to lower. Don't let them. Close slow. Squeeze your knees. 3, 2, 1. Open as wide as you can. Hold now. 3, 2, 1. Squeeze. 3, 2, 1. And open. Keep those counts. You have 5 more of these. Nice and slow coming in. Big old squeeze as hard as you can. And then give me that nice big opening where you really feel the outside of those hips working. Squeeze as tight as you can. And open. Open a little wider. Even if you're rolling onto the sides of your feet, it adds intensity to the exercise. Okay, now hold them open and go out an inch and in an inch. Your butt's off the floor, you're still in your bridge. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, hold out, just hold as wide as you can. Don't move anything, hold still. And then release it. We're going to take this band off. We're going to rock and roll up. Going to get a quick sip of water. We're going to meet standing up. I'm going to find my my red small band. I've got my sliders here. If you don't have them or you don't like them because they hurt you or whatever, that's fine. You're just going to do a standing lunge. So here we go. I've got one disc and I have this red band. I'm going to put this band, we've done this exercise before, so you're familiar with it. So here we go. Right around my wrists, I've got my right foot on the glider. Now, I'm going to create tightness in the band. So open up your arms, lean in, slide your leg back till you go, oh shit, do I ever feel that left butt cheek working? Now, if you're not using a disc, you're just holding a split lunge. Now, from here, let the arms come down, keep the tightness in the band, lift them up to shoulder height, rotate left, come back, lower down, come up, rotate right, come back, lower, lift, rotate left. We have 3 more. Lower and lift and rotate. You got to really work the tightness in the band as best you can. Now, if you can give me more of a forward lean, do it. You want to wear out that left butt cheek. Wear out these arms. Okay, slide back in. Oh my goodness. Switch legs, switch feet. So, weight in the right foot, slide the left leg back, give me that nice split lunge, arms out, make the band tight. Lean in more forward, that doesn't sound good. Lean more. Nice, now lower and raise and rotate right, come back, lower, and go left. Keep working these arms as much as you can and that butt. So you don't want that upper body to be up like this, you want it down, leaning forward. This is our last exercise before we stretch and say goodbye, so make it work. So now tomorrow when we do Koga with Sean, my arms are going to be useless. Okay, I've got one more on each side. Big rotations, really good for you. Okay, slide it in, put all the toys away. Stretch time. Oh my goodness. We're gonna start out with a 90-90. We did a lot of butt work today, so it's gonna feel really good. So I'm working my right side first. So my right butt is all the way to the right of the mat, 90-90 in both legs. Gonna find my little towel, put it under my left knee. So try not to lean too far right. That's your objective here. Hands out in front of that leg, walk it out, lower the torso. You're just gonna hold on this spot to get a good release through the glutes. Keep your forearms off the floor if you can. Maybe just the fingertips down. Putting as much weight of the torso into this stretch as you can. Okay, walk it up. Switch over to the opposite side. So you're on the left side of the mat, 90-90. Fingertips, hands, whatever you need. Come on down. Once you're down, hold and breathe. Okay, walk it up. Bring your back leg forward. Meet me lying down on your mat for a full body stretch. Take your arms all the way back behind you. Spread your fingers wide. Now, while you're doing this full stretch, I want you to try to lower your ribs. Nice. Now bring the arms forward and by your side. Get flat on your shoulder blades. Pull the feet in a little bit. Cross your right knee over the left knee. Now, normally we would go down to the right side, but before we go right, we're going to go left. So let the knees go left. You're rolling over that glute. And then bring them back up and do it again. Roll over that glute. Come back up. Not your bone. It shouldn't feel painful. You're just rolling over the muscle to release it. Get some good blood flow there. Okay, now come up. Now take the knees right. Bring your left arm up and take it straight back behind you. Now take that arm 45 degrees out from the body so you get a stretch through your chest. Now bring the arm back, bring your knees up, cross over the other way. And take the knees to the right and up. Just rolling over the muscle, not the bone. So you're not doing a complete roll to the right. You're just massaging that muscle. Okay, on this one, when you come up, go the opposite way. Knees go left, arm comes up, straight back. Open the arm 45 degrees. Use that top leg to pull the other one closer to the floor. So you get the most out of this hip stretch. Okay, bring that arm in, bring the knees back up. Uncross them, bring both knees into the chest. and then open them up nice and wide for a big circle. Change your direction. Nice, now rock and roll all the way up onto the toes. Nice and high heels. And meet me in a full forward fold, legs nice and straight. Shift your weight backwards, walk your fingers forward. Nice, now, excuse me, from here, do a reverse swan dive all the way back up, flip your palms, reach for the ceiling. And I thank you so much for your power and strength. Woohoo! We did it.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah.